everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd mix it up a little bit and show you guys what my skincare routine is specifically for nighttime. I am an aesthetic nurse, for most of you who don't know, also known as a cosmetic nurse, nurse injector, all that good stuff. Basically I'm doing stuff with the skin and for the skin every single day. So I thought, out of all the knowledge I've gained over the last 2 years of being an aesthetic nurse, that I would show you guys exactly how I do my skincare routine at night. Okay, first thing you need to do is wash your hands, because if you do all this stuff and you don't wash your hands, you're putting all that bacteria all over your face. So easy step to forget, but a lot of people, you'd be surprised, don't do it. Okay, and then usually I would do most of like my face washing in the shower, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna do it all out here. So I'm just gonna put this little headband on, and I don't really have to because I already have like a slick back going, but to show you how it would be done. Perfect. Now that I look clinically insane, we can get started. Okay, and I'm gonna start by showing you guys a few different options for everything that I do, or most of the things that I do, just so if your budget is a little bit different, you can get whatever's easier for you. So first thing that I always start with is a cleanser. I have 3 different types of cleansers depending on the mood I'm in. If I'm feeling pretty lazy for the day, then I just use this little cleanser. It's super cheap from like Target, CVS, and I just use like a cotton pad just to wash my face off. And then now between the next 2 things that I tend to alternate between, I have Cetaphil, which I usually use in the shower, and then I also go in with my ZO exfoliating polish, usually together. You are technically, if you are new to exfoliating, you really should be doing it once every couple days, just so it doesn't irritate your skin. I've been doing it for a really long time, so my skin's super used to it, so I actually exfoliate pretty much every night. If I feel like my face is starting to get dry, then I skip it for a night, but usually it's pretty good. And just to preface this, I have a little bit of combination skin, but mainly I have drier. I'm on the drier side for skin, but overall, I would say that my skin type is pretty normal. I don't really have any sensitivities, so make sure you know what kind of skin type you have before you jump in all these products, because they might not be right for you. So if I'm feeling it, sometimes I use these together. Again, like I said, if I need to skip this, I'll just use my Cetaphil for the night. I also tend to swap it out sometimes for my SkinMedica exfoliating cleanser as well. This has the beads in it, just like my exfoliating polish does. So this is kind of like Cetaphil and the ZO exfoliating polish in one bottle. I love this. This is like my holy grail. I'm obsessed with this. It's really not that pricey. It's medical grade. So yeah, I love this. The only thing is, again, it's gonna exfoliate. So if you have sensitive skin, maybe do 1 night of this a week until you can kind of build that up a little bit. Okay, for the sake of the video, I think I'm just gonna do the Cetaphil and the ZO exfoliating polish, just so I can kind of show you guys how I pair these together and how much of this I use. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wet my face, and then we'll get started with the cleanser first. Okay. Then I'm just gonna put a little pump of this Cetaphil, and I'm going to make it so it's nice and fluffy in my hands like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it just everywhere, just like a normal face wash. And I've seen some people say like, leave it on for a few minutes, then wash it off. You don't need to, just wash it off. Okay, also something to note, make sure if you're patting with a towel, like dab it, don't rub off all your skin. Okay. Okay, now next we're gonna go in with our ZO exfoliating polish. Again, I love this. I don't know what it is about it, but I swear there's something magical in here. Look how nice. I love. So I'm just gonna take just a little bit. Don't even be too much, just a little bit. that much. And then I always just put a little bit everywhere so that I don't put too much in one area. Okay, now you are literally just gonna do the same thing like you're washing your skin. The key to this is that you really want your face to be nice and wet. If not, you're just gonna like pull off your skin. You don't want that. You just want it to pull off the dead cells already on your face. If you have very sensitive skin, I would start with something a little bit more gentle. The AHA BHA cleanser I showed you from SkinMedica, that's pretty gentle. Okay, and now my face is a little irritated. That's good. Obviously you don't want to like dig in. I really kind of dug in on my chin. And as you can see, it's really red. But you're just gonna wash this off. Obviously in the shower it goes on a lot easier because it's really wet, but do your best if you're doing this outside the shower. Perfect. Now I look like a ripe tomato. I'm gonna take this off now because everything else I don't need this for. And this is hideous. All right, next thing. Sometimes I put this in my routine, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't use it that often because I'm a little bit lazy and sometimes I forget. It's a face mask, and I only really am putting this in there for people who love to do face masks. Again, I do this maybe once a month. I'm not great at it, but this is the one that I use. It's a peel-off mask. The ones at our clinic that we have used are the NeoCutis masks. But another mask that I use that actually is really good is it's the ZO, same brand as this face mask. That one's really good as well. But this does its job, and again, if you like masks, this is a good one. If not, then you can skip. It's not a big deal. Because nothing else in my routine tonight has AHA in it, I think I will put this on. But if I cleanse with my Baja cleanser from SkinMedica, then I'll easily skip this because there's AHA in this as well. Sometimes too, after exfoliating, this feels really good though because it's nice and cool on your face. And this one I think has aloe, maybe? I lied, it doesn't. But it kind of feels like it does. It has like that aloe feel to it. Just as a little tip for people watching, if you tend to have dry skin, the best thing to do is a hydrator, not just a moisturizer, a hydrator. And there is a key difference between those. See, it's already drying and I'm peeling it off already. I'm gonna move faster. But you definitely want at least a moisturizer, if not hydrator as well, in your skincare routine. And then usually people with combination skin, they tend to get like oily when they get hot. So usually around the summertime they get oily. And then in winter, they usually get really dry. So again, you'd want to have that moisturizer or that hydrator if you have combination skin. Okay, so I'm gonna let this kind of sit. Not the prettiest job, but I'm just gonna let it sit for 15-20 minutes. And then this is just a peel off mask, so it'll come off really easy. Okay, once your face feels really tight, that's how you know it's time to take it off. Just take it and then just peel it off. It usually doesn't come off in one giant peel. I don't know if people... Okay, now that I got it all off, I think we're gonna go in with a little bit of snail mucin. And this, I don't believe this is medical grade, but this is a product that I just randomly tried a couple years ago, and I honestly really like it. So it's a part of my every single day routine now for morning and night. So I just throw it in there before my retinol and after my cleanser usually. And I usually need 2 pumps of it too. I kind of put it all over my face and then I just rub it in. Then I let that dry a little bit. It doesn't take very long, but I let that dry in between my retinols. And I only do 1 retinol usually, but I do have 2. And honestly, they both work the exact same. I haven't noticed any difference between the 2, but they both work really well. So this is the ZO brand, and then this is the SkinMedica one. I'm gonna put the SkinMedica one on today because I've used up almost all my ZO retinol, but you're just gonna want to put a little like blob, like a pea-sized blob, and kind of just spread it all over your face. If you're new to retinol, do not use this every single night. you need to build up your barrier to this. And it's probably not gonna be used to it. So it can be very sensitive, and never use this in the morning, only use this at night. Because if you pair this with the sun, it can dry you out really fast and do some real damage. So do not wear this in the morning. So I just kind of place it all over my face like this. This is literally one little pump of this. That's all that this is. And then it might burn a little bit, totally normal. And just rub it in. Again, if your skin isn't used to this, take it slow. If you've never used retinol before, definitely start with the 0.25. Something else that I do, not every night, but depending on if I'm going through a little bit of a breakout or if I'm just eating really unhealthy and I'm breaking up because of that, whatever it is, I use this in place of my retinol. This one's the 0.1%, so nothing crazy, but if you're not used to this stuff, this works wonders. I used this in high school and all throughout college, and anytime I'd break out, including on like my back and everything too, I'd put this on. It's the Differin gel, and it just has adapalene in it, but this would cure my breakout overnight, literally magic. And I do still love this and I do use it. However, what I've been using more recently is, and you can tell, my bottle's almost out, is this 10% benzoyl peroxide. It's like an acne treatment, but it's only a spot treatment. This one you can put over your whole face. Again, just a little piece side over your whole face. This one just on the pimples itself. And I don't really have anything that's like concerning me right now, but I am gonna skip these for the most part tonight because I don't really need them. Okay, we've only got 2 more steps. So the next thing that I use, again, I'm not great about this, I need to be better, but we cannot just make our skin look so beautiful on our face and forget about our neck. Because a lot of people will have very smooth skin and then their crepey neck. You don't want that. So start now while you're young. This is the NeoCutis neck tightening, what's it? Yeah, tightening cream. Like you just press down right here, a little bit will come up, you're gonna scoop it and you just rub it all over your neck. You only need like a little bit, like that for me. Well, maybe a little more, like that. It's pretty good. Just put it all over your neck and you just rub it in. For my absolute last step of my skincare are my lips. And I know the funny thing about that is skincare, but your lips are skin, so technically counts. I have 3 different things that I tend to cycle through. The first one that I actually got this for Christmas and I'm obsessed with it and it actually works really well as like a hydrator is this Blue Lagoon lip balm. It's actually from the place in Iceland. And when I went there and we did like the face mask there, their skincare products are so nice, but so expensive. So this is pretty much all I can afford from Blue Lagoon, but my sister got me this, so I do tend to use this daily. You just take a little bit and then you can just rub it all on your lips. And then sometimes to go to sleep, I use my Laneige sleep mask that my sister also got me last year for Christmas. I used a good amount of it so far. I just put this on with its little applicator at night, sometimes just lather it on so in the morning they're still nice and hydrated. And then if you even want to go a little bit step further than that and go a little bit more budget friendly, I also use this from time to time. I use my Aquaphor, just use the top of it and I just lather it on like normal. I also tend to use Aquaphor too. A little trick here, if you have like if you're a picker with acne or anything like that where you have a scab, I tend to put Aquaphor on it to kind of hydrate it overnight, and then by the morning it usually just peels right off. Don't pick, if it's not peeling, don't pick at it, but it does help kind of loosen that up and repair your barrier a little bit quicker. Okay, but that is everything that I usually do on a normal night. Some things I tend to skip because I get lazy are the neck cream. I'm not great at putting that on every night, and the mask. I usually do that like once a month. But everything else I do every single night. And they've worked for me pretty well, including in the winter, which is right now, we're in the thick of it, and it still looks pretty good, where usually summer is like my best skin just because of the sun, but we will get there. But that is it. If you guys have any other questions or questions about your skin type specifically, let me know below and I'll try to help you out as best as I can. Hope this helped you guys, and I will see you next time.